And yes, I'm your host, Todd Huff. Email, as always, todd@toddhuffshow.com, facebook.com/Todd Huff Show for those that want to watch the program live or on demand. Of course, now we're streaming live on our website as well. And it is a pleasure to be back with you this Monday. Monday morning, just a mere 3 weeks away from Election Day. So we'll talk about that today. We'll also talk about Amy Coney Barrett's confirmation hearings beginning today in the Senate. Along with other things out there, Trump is now not contagious with COVID, over COVID. In fact, there's some reports on that we'll get into as well. Oh, just lots and lots of stuff to get to today. But I think I want to start really quickly just by clarifying a tad bit what we discussed on Friday, which was I was working under the assumption, because I read it at OAN, One American News, and the report as of Friday morning was that the debate, which was scheduled for this coming Thursday, had been rescheduled for October, I think it was 29th. There's another debate scheduled October 22nd, unless Biden can find some way to weasel himself out of that one as well. You know, we've been talking about this for some time. You know this. We've been talking about this for some time, and we said if there's a way to get out of the debates, Biden would happily take that. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but Trump and his team suggested that they take another debate that's not sponsored by the debate commission, the nonpartisan debate commission, which clearly saw a tweet over the weekend. I have to think of who I think I saw. I think I know, but I want to make sure I get it right. But someone with personal knowledge about the debate commission says, look, it's bipartisan in the sense that it's it's Republicans and Democrats, but all the Republicans on there are going to vote for Biden. So I'm not sure how bipartisan this thing really is when you get down to brass tacks. And so they've decided they cancel that debate. Of course, there's lots of ways to, when you think about the canceling of the debate, I mean, you think about all the measures that we've taken: social distancing, wearing a mask, all sorts of things. But yet someone tests positive for COVID, as Trump did. Well, Trump is now tested negative for COVID. Doctors are saying Trump is no longer contagious. Trump's declared himself. He's declared himself immune from the virus, which only throws the left into more of a tizzy, because now they say, well, you don't know if you're immune. Studies have shown this and that. Studies have shown that. In fact, I just saw one from Harvard that said 3 months, 3 to 4 months, I think is what it was, is how long that they believe that someone with COVID and the antibodies will actually be present in their blood, protecting them from another infection. But that's even up in the air. Trump says, look, I'm now immune. Now immune to this coronavirus. And the New York Times reports that President Trump wanted to, I kind of wish this would have happened. But again, it's the New York Times. So I'm not suggesting that this is actually true. Far be it for me to suggest anything the New York Times says is actually true. I'm sure they've cited some more anonymous, unnamed sources, as they usually do. But the New York Times reported that President Trump floated the idea and kind of wanted to put on, I don't know if you're listening to this or not. I was just over here doing other stuff. You might be entertained by this if you've not seen it already. But reports are that President Trump wanted to put a Superman t-shirt underneath. Oz just rolls her eyes. Trump wanted to put a Superman t-shirt on underneath his button-down shirt, and I guess as he was being released from the hospital or some such thing, bust that baby open. Kind of like for those of you that still watch the NFL, a Cam Newton's end zone celebration, pulling apart his button-down shirt to expose the Superman t-shirt underneath. Do I think Trump has enough drama to do some of this? I do. But do I think that this is a true? I don't. I lean towards no on this, to be honest with you, because the New York Times could not tell us the truth if its life depended on it. Anyway, these are the sorts of things that we're dealing with here. But back to the debate. On Friday, I was working under the assumption that it had been rescheduled because that's what One American News was reporting. Now the debate is officially canceled. Trump's campaign said, hey, Biden campaign, as you're busy hiding out in the basement there, as you're busy, holding these rallies with people standing in circles. By the way, I did see last night. I'm going to see if I can pull this audio real fast. I was scrolling through my Instagram feed really just for a few moments last night, and I saw Biden and Kamala Harris. Excuse me, Kamala. And that's truly just a slip of the tongue. I don't mean to get that wrong. I'm sure someone will accuse me of wanting to get it wrong. But anyway, so they're in Arizona. Biden and Kamala Harris at an event. And I want you to listen to the news coverage of this. Remember, Trump rallies we have here where I live. I'm aware of, I think, at least 3 Trump parades through my community. And it's a small community. 3 Trump parades through my community in the past 72 hours. I think there was one Friday. I think Oz might know as well. 72 hours. I think there was one Friday, one Saturday, and one yesterday, I think. In fact, my kids stood out and watched the one last night drive by. Anyway, there's a lot of energy with the Trump campaign, with the Trump voters. Meanwhile, you ask yourself, where's the energy from the Biden campaign? I want you to listen to this. Biden and Kamala Harris, the top of the ticket, right? If you want to say the Harris-Biden campaign is present in Arizona. Of course, Arizona is supposedly a swing state. I don't know what to believe about any of these polls. I don't think that they are going to win Arizona, but what do I know? So they're at this campaign event, and I want you to listen to the reporter standing on the street. There's a camera shot of, I don't know if it's where the event's being held or just where they've driven by, something like that. And if you listen to this reporter in the background, this is absolutely fantastic because she's almost shocked at what she didn't see, what she didn't see was energy and people. Listen to this really quickly as she talks about the Biden campaign, the Harris-Biden campaign rolling past a little bit earlier, but nothing else going on. Listen to this.
Pretty much all the people that we saw enter into the parking lot about 45 minutes ago were with the Biden-Harris campaign and the poll reporters. So you would expect to see, this is a pretty big event for the two of them to be campaigning together for the first time since the Democratic National Convention here in Arizona. We've established, our state has established itself as a battleground state. And so this is technically.
So the part to catch there was the only people she saw was the Biden campaign team and the pool reporters, the reporters that follow the campaign to talk about what's going on in the campaign. That's all that she saw. She's thinking, hey, where are the people? Where are the people for this thing? Meanwhile, here in our community, again, 3 Trump parades. I don't know if this is a daily event now or what. I saw people with lawn chairs in their front yards. We saw people, pulling up in golf carts, parking at the intersection of other roads, waiting for the Trump parade to go by. My kids were in the front yard of someone else's. It wasn't at our home. Our home is not really in a place. I don't think they even went by here. But anyway, the point is we're 3 weeks away from the election. The polling tells us national polling shows us Biden's up something like 9 points. Of course, in your mind that that's not accurate. That just isn't going to be where this comes down. I'm not predicting Trump will win, although I certainly think he could, and I even think he could in a massive way. In fact, when these folks drive by and when you feel the energy for Trump here between the signs, the banners, the flags, the parades, again, this is one community in a massive country where there are lots of pockets of hatred for the man in the Oval Office right now. People that vote for presidents based upon the quality of their jump shot, whether or not they won a college football playoff system, whether or not, you take your pick, whether or not they say certain things in a way that makes audience members faint, whether or not the media adores them, ask them questions like, how did you get so great? I go back to the debate as well, the questions that were asked in this last debate. Vice President Pence, tell us why President Trump isn't as bad as all of us think that he is. Senator Kamala Harris, tell us why President Trump is worse than anyone could possibly imagine. That's how I feel like all those questions were last week. But anyway, you look at how this is shaping up. You look at you feel the energy. And, you look in Arizona where Harris and Biden, I should say, show up for an event. The reporter's shocked to say, where are the people? Where are the people? No one seems to care where Biden is. Talking about this last night with some friends, and it's not about anyone's excitement to vote for Biden. I think that is universally accepted. It's basically who likes Trump and who hates Trump. Now, some people are in the middle who might say that they stomach Trump, but since I don't like the idea of fences when it comes to an election, those folks are casting their ballot for Trump. Trump's the source of the energy. Biden is not the source of the energy. Biden is, even in the media, is irrelevant. And when the guy talks, he says stuff like, I'm not going to tell you if I believe in court packing until after the election. That seems to be like an important thing. He acts as though we don't have the right to know that. Shouldn't even be asking that question. Instead, should be asking about why Trump is trying to cram through the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett, which we'll talk about next segment. That starts today. Amy Coney Barrett starts the Senate begins their hearings for Amy Coney Barrett today, and buckle up for this. You know what we're going to expect. This is war. We have now tread upon the sacred Supreme Court for the left. As I've said before, and I'll say it again to the radical, godless, atheist left, and that I'm not suggesting that everyone who's a Democrat is godless, atheist, and part of the radical left. In fact, I contend that much fewer are part of that radical wing than the radical left wants you to believe. They're just louder. They get more attention. They're the ones that are foaming at the mouth. They are the ones that listen to the likes of Keith Olbermann, who I have a quote from or a soundbite from today that I'd like to get to as well. But the godless, radical, atheist left, the Supreme Court to them is effectively the same thing as, again, your church pastor or your church leaders. This is a holy institution for the radical left, the unhinged, the godless, atheist, radical left. The government is their God. I'm telling you, this is true. I've had some echo my sentiments back to me, telling me that yes, in fact, to them, the closest thing they have to God is their government. And now we're looking at taking the sacred seat of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and handing it to someone who in many ways is the ideological opposite. One who will not legislate from the bench, one who will not try to apply their personal political philosophy, make it law through their court rulings. And they don't like this. They don't like this one bit. I don't know what all we're going to see, but I do know this. They're not going to simply roll over and capitulate here. It's important for Republicans to stand firm. And I don't think this would have happened a couple of years ago. Before Trump, Republicans would not have had the strength to do this. Mitch McConnell deserves praise for this, as do other Republicans who came out a few weeks ago saying that they would not oppose this process beginning. Now, not everyone is 100% on board necessarily with confirmation. That's what these hearings are. That's what these hearings are part of, as part of the process. But it's clear that unless she does something really, makes a really bad gaffe, or something comes up in these hearings that would prevent someone like Susan Collins, of course, she may vote no anyway, or Lisa Murkowski or Mitt Romney, those folks could still be swayed. But as it stands right now, this is her nomination to effectively lose, and the Democrats are going to throw everything they have at this. So buckle up for this. We'll talk about that next segment as that begins today. You're listening here to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff. Back here in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Business leaders, are your employees satisfied with their jobs? Do they enjoy coming to work and feel valued? Workforce Chaplains can help. Locally owned, we work with organizations to provide holistic care to their employees. I'm Marcus Schrader, president of Workforce Chaplains, and we offer your team a 24/7 support system that positively affects your company's culture and productivity. With our personalized pricing and diverse support system, we handle the issues that you wish you had time for. To learn more, visit us at workforcechaplains.com.
Seems like just yesterday that you couldn't find a quiet place to think in your home. Now all the kids have flown the nest and you find yourself wondering what to do with all of that extra space. This is Bruce of Bruce Richardson Realty. My team and I understand that life changes, and so do your home needs. So whether you're downsizing or upsizing, give us a call at 317-507-3285. Let us help you find the best fit for your residential or your commercial property needs. 317-507-3285.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years' experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356, and ask for Richard or Roger.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
Are you one of the growing number of Hoosiers who are concerned about higher taxes, increased spending, and massive debt? So am I. I'm Donald Rainwater, the Libertarian candidate for governor of the state of Indiana. I believe that all Hoosier businesses provide the necessities of life to their owners and employees, and that all Hoosiers are essential. As your governor, I will safeguard your rights to life, liberty, property, and the pursuit of happiness as defined by you, not the government. To learn more, go to rainwaterforindiana.com. We need better government, not bigger government. My name's Donald Rainwater, and I approve this message. Paid for by Rainwater for Indiana.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $200
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freege, F-R-E-I-J-E, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freege, owner and lead auctioneer at Freege & Freege Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
Welcome back. As we've discussed a little bit last segment, today is day number 1 of the Amy Coney Barrett hearings in the Senate. Now, as you well know, but as many folks you may deal with today do not know, the process here that's playing out before us is 100%, not even 99%, not 99.9%, not literally 100% within the constitutional power of the president, and now it's being handed over to the Senate, where presumably the Senate will handle its responsibility 100% as well. Now, I guess notwithstanding what these Democrats tried to do to Amy Coney Barrett, which is candidly to destroy her. So the process is, and this is, people have deliberately misled you, those that you work with, those in your community, the media, the professional deceivers, those who wake up each and every morning telling you something that's not true. They intentionally want you to believe something that is not true. That is called a lie. They don't like to pretend that that's the case, but that is absolutely the case. They don't want you to believe that this is within the president's constitutional authority and also within the Senate's constitutional authority. The president says, I want to nominate a Supreme Court justice. I'm currently commander-in-chief. I'm the president of the United States. In fact, President Trump, win or lose, I pray it's a win, but even if President Trump loses the election here on November 3rd, Democrats can find magical hidden mail-in ballots in trunks of cars and storage closets and wherever else they decide to find these things, which is a very real possibility, just throwing that out there. This is the reason why Republicans are so concerned or uncertain about this mail-in ballot sort of nonsense. We've seen all sorts of things happening already, ballots going to the wrong addresses and all these sorts of things. So, President Trump is president no matter what happens on November 3rd, all the way through, noon on January 20th. He's the president. Even if he loses, and I pray he doesn't, on November 3rd, he retains all the powers of the presidency, the executive branch, until his term ends. Whenever, if he were to lose the election, again, that's through noon on January 20th. The president can be fully the president up until that time. And within those rights, constitutional powers, exists this little thing called the nomination of Supreme Court justices. And that is what he's done. He's formally nominated Amy Coney Barrett. He has asked, he's sought the advice and consent of the Senate, which is the other constitutional part of this. He's gone to the Senate Majority Leader, not the president of the Senate, but that's actually the vice president, but to the Senate Majority Leader, and he says, hey, I need your advice and consent on my nominee. I would like to nominate Amy Coney Barrett. And Mitch McConnell says, we're happy to entertain that. Send us the nominee. So that's what's happening. This is very, very, very simple to understand. If someone doesn't understand this, they've either A, not had it explained to them, or B, they don't want to. They don't want to. Now, she can still potentially not be confirmed. 53 Republican senators are currently what make up the majority, 53 to 47. So it's absolutely her, the Senate's prerogative at this point to do that. The election, it's irrelevant. The Democrats are trying to mislead you. They're trying to go back to Merrick Garland and, again, create a false comparison. Now, yes, Antonin Scalia, Justice Scalia, passed away tragically in 2016 in an election year. And yes, President Obama, he performed his constitutional duties by nominating Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court. He did this. He formally did this in March of 2016. The Senate Majority Leader at the time, who also was Mitch McConnell said, it is the advice of the Senate is don't send us a nominee because we will not give our consent to this nominee. In fact, instead, we will allow we will allow the American people to make a decision. We know now that there's a Supreme Court vacancy here on the high court, so we will allow the American people, this is what the Senate wants to do, because we candidly don't want you packing the court, taking a term from Chris Coons, which we'll talk about briefly as well. But we don't want any more liberal judicial activists on the Supreme Court. We don't care if it's even a moderate. We're going to say, look, we're staking the election on this. If we win, then we will have someone who is a textualist, who is someone who is literally trying to interpret the Constitution. And if Hillary Clinton wins, we understand we're probably going to get another Sonia Sotomayor or Elena Kagan or any other liberal that you could name on the court. That's what we're going to get. They took that risk. That's the prerogative of the Senate. That's what they did. The scenario is different now because the Senate is in agreement with the types of justices. This is not hard to understand. They're in agreement with the types of justices that the President Trump, will nominate. And so the hearings begin today, and get ready for the fireworks. Get ready for the fireworks. I have more to say about this, but Oz has informed me it is time to take a break, and she would be correct. So I'm going to take a time out, come back, and continue this discussion about the Supreme Court. Sit tight. Be back here in just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today, providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price. Our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create, on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
If you filed for a 6-month extension on your taxes this year, October 15th is a crucial deadline. Many of the millions of individuals who filed for an extension have still yet to file before the October deadline. If you need help, call Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group, 317-288-5260. It's important to file your taxes before the deadline in order to avoid penalties. Even if you can't pay, or even if it's been a few years since you filed, you have to file that return this year. If you're facing a tough tax situation, Jody and the team at Midwest Tax Group can help you through it by filing any back taxes owed or even setting up a payment arrangement with the IRS. You need a professional you can trust with years of experience to help you avoid any tax pitfalls and make sure you get every deduction you deserve. And as Jody's client, you can consult with him year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260 or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Welcome back, folks. So I'd forgotten this. I retweeted this. I didn't tweet this. This is the kind of stuff that humors me. Tweet from someone named Darlene, and it says this: I just saw an ad from Joe Biden. He said he was going to treat us like family. I can't wait to go to China and come back a millionaire and have a job that pays me $150,000 a month. It's pretty funny stuff. Anyway, I'm going to get back to this, to the confirmation hearings for Amy Coney Barrett, which do begin today. Chris Wallace had Chris Coons and Ben Sass on yesterday. And I want you to listen to a little bit of this. Make sure I haven't re-queued this thing too much. Here we go. Yeah, so I want you to listen to this discussion, and just gives you a little bit of an idea on what we might want to be prepared for here as we enter the hearings today. Here you go. Chris Wallace introducing his segment and beginning his conversation with Senator Chris Coons, Democrat Senator Chris Coons, and this is how a little bit of this discussion went.
The confirmation hearings for Judge Amy Coney Barrett begin tomorrow. The president's Supreme Court nominee expected to face tough questioning from Democrats as they try to block her from filling the vacancy left by the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We're joined by 2 members of the Senate Judiciary Committee, which will conduct those hearings. We'll talk with Republican Senator Ben Sass in a few minutes, but first, Democratic Senator Chris Coons, who's a member of Joe Biden's inner circle. Senator Coons, your caucus just plain doesn't have the votes at this point to block Judge Barrett's nomination to the court. So what's your strategy for the hearings this week?
Well, I'm going to be laying out the ways in which Judge Barrett's views, her views on reaching back and reconsidering and overturning long-settled precedent, are not just extreme, they're disqualifying. She has taught at a well-regarded law school. She clerked for Justice Scalia, but she has views that make her not qualified to serve on the Supreme Court. President Trump has said he would only nominate someone who would overturn the Affordable Care Act, taking away health care protections from more than 100 million Americans in the middle of a pandemic. And both President Trump and members of the majority on this committee have said they would only vote for a nominee who would overturn Roe versus Wade. As I will lay out in my questioning this week, we shouldn't be having this hearing with 2 members of the committee infected with COVID. It's rushed, it constitutes court packing, and her views are too extreme to qualify her to serve on this court.
Okay, a lot to unpack there. So her views are too extreme, shouldn't be having a hearing during COVID when a couple of members are infected, and he believes that pushing Amy Coney Barrett through is quote-unquote packing the court. Again, this is what, look, the radical left, it is, I'm going to say it, the radical left, in my estimation, is the modern day equivalent to the religious leaders and the Pharisees back at the time of Jesus. The radical, I'm not talking about every Democrat. I don't want words put in my mouth here. I know Democrats who are reasonable people. They don't agree with me ideologically. I think they're wrong on a lot of things, but they're not terrible people. They're not professional deceivers. Many of these folks are, I don't know if victimized is the word, but they are at least led astray and potentially victimized by the thinking, by the rhetoric, by the professional deceit that they are being subjected to from people like Chris Coons here and people who are in the media. So these folks, they want to present something as reality, but inside it is, beneath the surface, it is completely, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Beneath the surface of the lie is pure fantasy. It's made up. There's no truth. You could say that their story, their version of what they want you to believe is true, is completely dead and rotten on the inside. This is very much like what the religious leaders back at the time of Jesus were doing to the people they were supposed to be caring for and leading. Supposed to be caring for and leading people, and instead were being very oppressive to people. Instead, they tried to create scenarios whereby they were praised and honored while the rest of the people had a heavy burden placed upon their backs and around their necks. This is not the way that one is supposed to lead. This is not the way that one is supposed to act. But yet that is what we saw back in the biblical times, and it's what we're seeing here today as well. They want to redefine what terms mean. Court packing simply means what has been discussed here the past couple of weeks. The question Biden will not answer. The left, when they realize that they've been caught with their hand in the cookie jar, they want to say, you're the one who really wants the cookies. You're the one that's stealing the cookies, not me. And that's what they've done here. They've said that President Trump is engaging in court packing. In fact, if I played you the rest of this stupid soundbite from Chris Coons telling us how he's going to attack Amy Coney Barrett today and this week, you would hear him say that Trump, simply by nominating justices for or judges for the lower courts and getting those folks pushed through, was somehow packing the courts. That is absolutely 100% false. That is not what that term is used to describe. In fact, the term packing the court means adding seats to the U.S. Supreme Court. That's what that means. Don't try to play this game of smoke and mirrors with the American people, Senator Coons. That's not what, you know it. We all know it. Those of us who pay attention, who listen to your deceit and misrepresentation of facts and truth and reality, that is not at all what this is about. Not at all what this is about. This is about restoring constitutional interpretations that are based in reality, not based upon foreign law, not based upon someone's latest reading of a Harry Potter novel or something that they dreamed up the night before they heard a case. This is based upon us returning to this concept that says Supreme Court justices are there to interpret and to apply the law. End of story. They're not to say, I wish it wasn't written. They're not to say, I prefer it to be another way. They're not to say, this is the way I want it to be, so ergo, therefore, this is how I'm going to rule. That's not how this is supposed to work. In fact, you're supposed to interpret the law and apply it as intended, as written, as consistent with the Constitution itself and any statute you may be applying as well. That is your job. That is what is at stake here. Do we want judicial activists on the Supreme Court, or do we want those who are going to interpret the law? By the way, these folks who engage in judicial activism, they find all sorts of things in the Constitution: the right to an abortion, the right to gay marriage, fill in the blank for any other thing that they found there, but yet they have no idea. They're completely dumbfounded. They cannot find the Second Amendment. It doesn't exist in their copy of the Constitution. They have no idea what this right to keep and bear arms means. They want us to believe it means something altogether different. They can't find it. They don't understand it, but yet they can create things out of whole cloth that they find in the Constitution. That is not the job of the justices. We need to put our noses down and put our heads down and push through Amy Coney Barrett and stand up to this ridiculous nonsense. And talk about nonsense, I want to play a soundbite from Keith Olbermann in the next segment. Nonsense. We've got to fight this stuff back. I had someone ask me recently, what's next? What is next? Meaning, we've got all this tension and turmoil. I said, what's next is we must achieve political victory. And we must achieve a large enough political victory whereby we can begin the process of actually healing. But this is not going to be, there's not going to be healing in this nation until one side, the side standing on truth, candidly, actually wins this political fight. It is a cultural fight that's being waged on the political battlefield, and we must win this, and then we can talk about restoration and healing. But there's no need in talking about that when we're still engaged in the actual battle for control of these things, because they will stop, the radical left will stop at nothing. Again, as I've said earlier, the radical, godless, atheist left, to them, the government is their religion. And there's nothing more important to them than having their radical ideas accepted, forced upon the American people through things like the Supreme Court. And I've got to take a break. You're listening here to the home of conservative, not bitter talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items, at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing, and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick.
Dial the number, spell the words.
For on time.
We all know having health insurance doesn't always equal health care. That's why at Freedom HealthWorks, we believe the key to maintaining good health is based on a straightforward, personal relationship with your physician. With our direct doctor-patient relationship model, we remove your healthcare middleman and replace him with transparent pricing and incentive to call your doctor at the first sign of illness. So if you're ready to experience real care from a doctor that really cares about you, go to freedomhealthworks.com and learn more about the benefits of our direct primary care model. Freedom HealthWorks. Be treated better.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Anxiety, depression, relationship problems, past trauma. Problems rarely get better when given time. Care to Change Counseling can help. Our professionals combined evidence-based care models with scripture to get you on the path to a productive life. We are here to help you make the changes you need for a healthier, happier you. Take that brave step today. Call Care to Change at 317-790-9396 or visit caretochange.org.
Our partner, Global Plasma Solutions, has published ionization testing results that demonstrate a 99.4% reduction rate on a SARS-CoV-2 COVID-19 surface strain within 30 minutes. This is the first instance that an air purification company has effectively neutralized SARS-CoV-2. Commercial Service Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is installing this solution in businesses and homes in South Central Indiana. Get your free information kit at commercialservice.com/info. Commercial Service, commercial-grade service for your home.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
Folks, brace yourself for this lunacy alert that you're about to be subjected to. Keith Olbermann, I don't know when this was. Maybe it was Friday. It was last week, I believe. October 9th, so maybe Thursday. So here he is. I guess that would be Friday. I don't even know how to describe this. You heard me talk last segment about what this battle is about. We have to politically win. This is a cultural battle, all this sort of stuff. But listen to, I was playing this for Oz during the break. She said, this is what the totalitarian fascists sound like. Listen to this. This is unhinged, folks. Keith Olbermann talking sense, at least he thinks. Listen to this nonsense.
Trump can be and must be expunged.
Expunged.
The hate he has triggered, the Pandora's box he has opened, they will not be so easily destroyed. So let us brace ourselves.
Let us.
The task is twofold. The terrorist Trump must be defeated, must be destroyed, must be devoured at the ballot box.
Twitter.
And then he and his enablers and his supporters and his collaborators and the Mike Lees and the William Barrs and the Sean Hannitys and the Mike Pences and the Rudy Giulianis and the Kyle Rittenhouses and the Amy Coney Barretts must be prosecuted and convicted and removed from our society while we try to rebuild it and to rebuild the world Trump has nearly destroyed by turning it over to a virus. Remember it. Even as we dream of a return to reality and safety and the country for which our forefathers died, that the fight is not just to win an election, but to win it by enough to chase, at least for a moment, Trump and the maggots off the stage and then try to clean up what they left. Remember it, even though to remember it means remembering that the fight does not end November 3rd, but in many ways will only begin that day.
I have no words for this. Idiotic, stupid, deranged, unhinged. What in the world is this? People like Amy Coney Barrett need to be prosecuted for what? Convicted for what? Removed from our society. What in the world is this guy talking about? I don't know what he had to drink before that segment. I don't know. That, my friends, is literal insanity. People act like Trump is the danger, that Trump is the one that's going after his political opponents, that Trump is the Marxist totalitarian dictator. Hello? Do you listen to these words? Totally unhinged. Absolutely insane. Got to take a break. listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. Oh, I'm your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Corn Homes is expanding their 55-plus community. Briar Creek is the only senior manufactured home community in Indianapolis featuring Indiana-built homes. Floor plans and finishes starting at $75,000. Enjoy affordable, low-maintenance lifestyle with the charm of a residential neighborhood. Located minutes from I-465 in Fort Harrison State Park. Corn Homes, family owned and operated since 1955. Check us out at COHRONhomes.com. Mention the Todd Huff Show and receive a $1,000 discount on your new home.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at Zuluscape.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. It's not a member of the family, but you spend as much time with it as most family members. You wouldn't take your family to just any doctor, so don't trust your vehicle to just any repair service. At Raymond's Auto and Truck Repair in Plainfield, we have well-trained, caring technicians that have the expertise to get you back on the road. For 25 years, we've been servicing personal, commercial, and fleet vehicles. Give us a call at 317-838-7112 for the car service you deserve.
Did you know that there are 21,000 chimney fires annually? It's one of the reasons why it's so important to have a CSIA certified chimney technician clean and inspect your chimney every year. Keep your family safe by joining our 3-year sweep and inspection plan. And mention Todd to be entered to win $1,000 in cash. Contact Smalling Masonry, a Christian-owned business, at 317-903-8121 to learn more today.
Welcome back. Really quickly here, the waning moments of this program. Buckle up for an assault on Amy Coney Barrett's Catholic views. And let me say this. Let me be the first to say this. It absolutely matters. Well, let me say the first time I'm going to say this, I should say. It certainly matters. She shouldn't be legislating her Catholic beliefs from the bench. But no one's suggesting that she should. She's not suggesting that she should. Whether you're legislating your personal beliefs, no matter what they are, and doing anything besides interpreting the law, you're not doing your job as a judge. She has clearly done that. That's going to be on display this week, but buckle up for this. It's going to get nasty, as these things always do. This is their religion, the radical left. I'm telling you, got to go. Thanks for listening. SDG. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Does your business have a plan for social media marketing? Are you reaching the right audiences through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on? Are you learning from the data? Jarbo can help. Our team doesn't just come in and tell you how to be successful. We help you execute and measure your sales and marketing efforts. Give us a call at 317-834-6560 or visit us online at jarbomarketing.com. That's jarbomarketing.com. Make social media work for you.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the healthcare they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.